The morning sun reflected off the towering glass windows of the high-end jewelry boutique, Regal Jewels. Inside, the atmosphere was pristine, filled with the quiet hum of business. The store catered to the city's elite, those who draped themselves in wealth and exuded privilege. Seated at the back office was Martin Caldwell, the boutique's general manager. His sharp suit, polished shoes, and air of authority solidified his belief that he belonged to the upper echelon of society. Today, he was reviewing the store's weekly sales reports when the front door chimed. A woman walked in, her presence commanding, her posture unwavering. She wore a tailored navy blue dress and carried a handbag from an exclusive designer. Her natural curls framed her face, her features exuding quiet confidence. As she approached the counter, a young sales associate greeted her warmly. "Good morning, ma'am. How can I assist you today?" The associate, Lisa, asked with a polite smile. The woman placed a velvet pouch on the counter and spoke with effortless poise. "I'd like to sell this necklace. It's a vintage Cartier, and I have the authentication documents with me." Lisa carefully unfolded the necklace, revealing a breathtaking piece, an 18-karat diamond and sapphire ensemble. She let out a small gasp, recognizing its immense value. "Of course, ma'am. Let me call our manager to verify the piece." Martin Caldwell soon emerged, his sharp blue eyes scanning the woman up and down. Something in his expression hardened. "You wish to sell this piece?" he asked, his tone edged with skepticism. "That's correct," the woman affirmed, handing over the authentication documents. Martin barely glanced at them before shaking his head. "I'm sorry, but we can't accept items of uncertain provenance. This is a high-value piece, and without proof of original purchase, we can't proceed." The woman arched an eyebrow. "The documents contain all necessary verifications, including the signature of Cartier's appraisal expert." "Even so," Martin said, crossing his arms. "You understand, don't you? We have to be careful. Items like this." He hesitated, his gaze lingering on her in a way that said everything he hadn't voiced. "They don't often come from just anyone." The room fell silent. Lisa stiffened behind the counter, her gaze flickering between Martin and the woman. "Just anyone," the woman repeated the phrase softly, her voice steady but charged with meaning. "Tell me, Mr. Caldwell, if I didn't meet your expectations of a typical Cartier owner, then who does?" Martin cleared his throat, adjusting his tie. "Now, there's no need to make this personal. I'm simply following procedure." A small smile ghosted across the woman's lips as she pulled out her phone. "I see. Since protocol is such a concern, I'll contact the boutique's ownership. I'm sure they'll be interested in your approach to customer relations." Martin scoffed, though a flicker of unease crossed his features. "Do as you please, madam, but our policies won't change." Minutes later, the boutique's double doors swung open, and a distinguished older gentleman entered, followed by two well-dressed executives. Their presence commanded immediate attention. Lisa's eyes widened, recognizing them as members of the corporate board. "Mr. Caldwell," the elder man's voice rang with authority. "Explain to me why you are refusing service to one of our most significant stakeholders." Martin blinked in confusion. "Stakeholder?" The woman turned to face him fully, her expression now unreadable. "Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Vivian Sinclair, the principal investor in this boutique chain and its largest private shareholder. This store you, Mr. Caldwell, work under my ownership." Martin's face drained of color. "Miss Sinclair, I had no idea. You didn't care to check either, Vivian remarked, her voice cool. Because of that, you let bias override professional judgment. You insulted a customer, and worse, a business owner in her own establishment. The elder executive turned to Martin, his expression unreadable. This boutique stands for excellence, Mr. Caldwell, in both its products and its service. If we allow discrimination, we tarnish everything we represent. Vivian leaned in slightly. I built my career ensuring women of color had opportunities in luxury spaces once often denied to them. Your assumptions they prove why that work is necessary. The board members murmured in agreement. Lisa, though standing silently, couldn't suppress her admiration. Martin swallowed hard. Miss Sinclair, please, I meant no harm. But you caused it nonetheless, she interjected. And now, you will face the consequences. Effective immediately, you are relieved of your position. Silence engulfed the room. Martin's mouth opened and closed, but no words came. The reality of his downfall was swift and undeniable. Vivian then turned to Lisa. You showed professionalism where others didn't. If you're interested in career advancement, I believe there's an opening for an assistant manager. Lisa's breath hitched, stunned by the offer. I would be honored. Vivian gave her a nod before turning to the executive team. We'll be reviewing all managerial training and policies to ensure no customer or employee experiences what I did today. Discrimination has no place in my business. As she walked out, Lisa and the staff watched with admiration, while Martin Caldwell stood frozen, the weight of his actions finally sinking in. And so, the unseen power that had always been there, silent, watchful, patient, stepped into the light, reshaping the world in its presence.